Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. This is episode 639, starting right here in our sighty hole, where we have a bit of a view of the world outside. Let's break out, get Wolfie, and continue on to the far lands for your Friday, January 6th, 2017. Oh, almost said it. I kind of did say it, actually. That was incorrect. Wow, my inventory is so over-encumbered. Very much so. I mean, we do have this extra iron sword that I accidentally made back in the day, but yeah, episode 639, Friday, January 6th, 2017. That means this is the last episode before Flabathon, which is tomorrow. Reminder, tomorrow, the 7th, Saturday, January 2017. Over on twitch.tv/KurtJMac, we will be doing our Flabathon, because after all, we did reach our Child's Play charity fundraiser goal, and are currently at $61,343.26, 102% past our $60,000 goal for Season 6 here. I am recording this video the day of publishing it. Running a little bit behind. It's never the case. It's never the case, is it, when that we are in any situation regarding any event or deadline ahead of schedule. That's just never going to be the case ever. We do need a bunch of wood though here. Yeah, kind of this episode might come out a little bit later than I had hoped, depending on how long it takes to edit, render, and upload. Unfortunately, sorry about that, but I've been telling you all about it for the last at least 3 episodes of the series. That Flabathon is happening tomorrow, so I hope you can stop by for at least a little bit of it. It will be starting at 10 a.m. Kurt time, that is Mountain Time, which is noon, 12 noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Do the conversions yourself. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I think would that be, no, that'd be 4 p.m.? Hold on, I'm doing them in my head right now. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. GMT and or Universal Time. I think. Is that right? I think that might be right. I might be off by an hour here or there. But yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow, and we will be live streaming for a marathon duration of 8 hours, 20 minutes. I might just say 9 hours to round it out, because there is going to be a built-in lunch break for me. I'm scheduling as it is so that I can, hopefully, fingers crossed, I will wake up, I'll have my breakfast and coffee, get all showered up and ready to go and start streaming. And then in the middle of the stream, obviously, I will take a lunch break. And then the stream will end, and after the stream, I'll be able to eat dinner. So therefore, we only need one Farlands or Bust lunch break. And I'm considering, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should queue up a classic Farlands or Bust episode to play as I'm out at lunch, I guess. Away at lunch. So I think that's a good idea. So yeah, we'll only need time for one meal break. So I'm guessing the overall duration, the initial duration of the stream will just be 9 hours, and we'll just say, oh, that 8 hours and 20 minutes of that is probably going to be gameplay. Of course, at the top of every hour, I am going to have to take a break to back up the world. So there is some look at this crazy place. I'm trying to make my way around it, and it's proving to be quite difficult. There is some technical things to take care of throughout the stream, as we often do. And I'm still sticking with the theme, stress free, not taking ourselves or the stream too seriously. I do understand Farlands Bust is an important thing to me and a lot of you, so certainly giving it the due attention and respect it desires. It deserves, I mean. But still stress-free. It used to be the case where in past years I would stress out. I would make all new stream graphics. Holy Moses! Look at this place! Whoa! This is whoa. Speaking of whoa, this is very Canyon of Woey, isn't it? Whoa. Whoa. Oh man, let's get Wolfie up to health because this place seems a little bit dangerous. There you go. Yikes! Neat indeed. Look at Minecraft. Minecraft knows, hey, Kurt J. Mac, you're about to be stressed out creating another Flobathon. Have this amazing, picturesque landscape to feast your eyes upon. See, now that right there, that point right there, if this was the end of the Flobathon, right there is where I would press F3. It'd be dangerous as heck, but that would be a very appropriate place to press F3. This is incredibly reminiscent of the Canyon of Woe from how we happened upon it. We just come over a crest and then see it to simply it's a layout as well almost. Very similar actually. We're getting a bit of the deja vus with this. Dang Minecraft, you crazy. All right, let's try to make. I'm thinking going back and then around, and we can probably make it into this valley, because this, I mean, I could do the water thing, but I also don't want to, I don't want to put ourselves in danger. We have important things to do tomorrow, myself and Wolfie. I don't want to be taking unnecessary risks. So yeah, this whole place is pretty neat. Alright. No, not this way. Not this way, Wolfie. Not this way. Not this way. Still not safe. Still not safe. That's pretty neat. Obviously, it's fairly generic terrain in terms of like, oh, it looks exactly like the Canyon of Woe. There was that one time, however, I don't know if you remember, there was our first F3 monument was a very interesting locale indeed. Had certain features that we coined, like the Fist of Notch and certain little mountains that looked like neat things. There were a few hundred episodes later, we just waltzed upon another landscape that looked so vividly similar to it. Like almost carbon copied, just ever so slightly changed. Ooh. This has got a lot of going for it. This would be a nice place to set up a quaint little home. Alright, let's... I'm slightly worried about Wolfie here. But, careful now, careful now! Oh, yep. That's what I thought. How about you not... Yes, careful. Careful now. Careful now. Just take it easy. Yep. Oh, right at the end. Alright, well... that happened. Alright, now you're full. Alright, good. And now we're out of food. Wolfie treats. Nice! Look at this. This would be a nice this would be a place. This would be a place to set up shop, wouldn't it? Unfortunately though, we found it at the beginning of the episode, so we're going to enjoy it as much as we can. Look around. Take in the sights and the scenes and move on, carry on, continue on, never to see it again. Although we've lingered long enough where it certainly is going to be a place where we're going to sleep since the sun is starting to set. Hey, check that out. Let's get these sheep while I'm at it. Man, I had all this like stuff ready to talk about and introduce stuff for Flobathon. Let people know what's going on. And then Minecraft goes and distracts us. Goes and distracts us like it often does. Alright, let's make an elevated hidey hole here. At least this is a place that we can have a little bit of a... Not so much a monument to, but a little A bed. There's a bed. Let's go to sleep in this amazing canyon of something. The canyon of something. And continue in the morning. And a panoraminess. Panoraminess indeed. Nice. Alright, so we need pigs. Woof, Wolfie knows. And we need to make progress, and we need to talk about Flobathon. So yeah, trying to keep it stress-free. It used to be that I would, like, completely redesign the Far Lands or Bust website. I would, like, do a bunch of quote-unquote promotional stuff on my Twitch page. I would tweet a bunch of times, or contact people, or set up schedules. No longer. I mean, I might, if I have time, embed the Twitch player on farlandsorbust.com, but that might be the extent to which I do that. And I'm really just going to kind of blanket invite our Mindcrack friends and whatever other friends I can think of to give them the schedule and the what's what. Hello, Wolf. And we're just gonna have a nice live stream. A cool thing that I have decided on, and I kind of mentioned yesterday while I was live streaming, I would like to, and it looks like we're going to have like a little a counter, kind of inspired by Desert Bus. If you've ever watched the Desert Bus for Hope live streams, they have a counter that keeps track of whoever's driving the bus, how many crashes they may have, how many points they got, how many bugs splattered into the windshield, and how many bus stops they were able to stop at. Come on, Mike! Gotta be more careful. We got important work to do tomorrow. Similarly, it'll be neat. We're going to have little counters for things. There could be many things that we could keep track of. But again, in the spirit of keeping it simple, I'm going to keep track of Wolfie treats distributed, fed. So like right now we would have had 4 for this episode. Wolfie treats. Spawners found, and or dungeons, however you want to refer to them as. Pink sheep. We're going to be keeping track of the pink sheep count during Flobathon. Obviously this season we found 5 so far. We've been shearing the sheep this season. And for whatever reason, every single one has only given us 2 pink sheeps, or pink wolves. Pink sheep, dungeons, Wolfie treats, days. This one might be the hardest to keep track of because it's the most frequent thing. Days, Minecraft days played during the Flobathon. Obviously, each normal Far Lands Bust episode is 3 days. That can also, I suppose, equate to how many beds you've used and crafted. So we're going to be keeping track of days, as well as there's going to be a line item for deaths. Even though, in the entirety of Far Lands or Bust history, of this entire game world, we have had 0. That'll just be our little in joke, my friends. There will be a counter for deaths. And hopefully, who knows, but hopefully, and I'm assuming and predicting, that number will stay at 0 for the duration of the Flobathon. So yeah, we're going to have a nice little counter there. It's completely pointless and serves no purpose as far as the charity is concerned, as far as the stream is concerned, but it's just kind of a neat little thing that at the end we can be like, oh, we walked 42 days or whatever in Minecraft. Oh, we fed Wolfie 27 Wolfie treats throughout the duration. Oh, we found 2 pink sheep, even if the number is like very, very tiny. That's kind of, I think it's kind of appropriate. There are very many, some people suggested, oh, have golden apples found, or something like that, or oh, have cakes eaten, or eggs retrieved, eggs laid. But we're just going to keep it to items and events that happen infrequently enough to be interesting, and somewhat, perhaps, part of the Far Lands or Bust lore, like the pink sheep, like the spawners. Somebody said, oh, how many floating blocks of ice? Well, I think overall, in the entirety of Far Lands or Bust, we've probably only seen like 2 or 3 legitimate floating blocks of ice. So that one, while funny and certainly appropriate to the series, is kind of that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to go out of our way to take up additional screen real estate for that. So yeah, we're working on that. Just gonna be keeping track of the donations. I'm not making ooh, hello. I'm not making a blanket declaration on this, but I do think for every, again, stress-free, we're not like making banners or advertisements or anything, but for every $10,000 we raise over $60,000, I could, whoops, I just got turned around there, I could add another hour to the live stream. So right now, as it stands, the live stream will end at 6 p.m. Pacific time, or 9 p.m. Eastern time, right? That's 9 hours? Yeah, because noon, 9. Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific time. If we raise another $10,000, so up to $70,000 total, that'll be an hour tacked onto that, up to a maximum of 12 hours total, which would be $100,000 raised for the season. That's nothing we've ever done. That was one of my goals one year that we never met. I'm not anticipating that being a thing. I'm not expecting or even honestly wanting that to be a thing, but that's an option. That's an option. If things get real crazy, that is a thing that I can say, sure, then this can be the marathon part of the Far Lands or Bust Flobathon Marathon, because generally an 8-hour stream, I think I've done 8-hour streams, just normal streams, accidentally when I get really focused into a game or something like that. Namely, BeamNG Drive. That is an addicting game. But yeah, I could say that. I can non-officially commit to that, I suppose. Things might change. You know, if I feel ill or like I'm not up to like, okay, maybe we need to take another break for dinner, or, you know, something like that, or it just feels right of a point to stop and press F3. But yeah, we'll leave that out there. We'll leave that out there. So yeah, it'd be nice to raise a little bit more money for Child's Play charity, obviously. But like I went over all throughout the last episode, it's more about the celebration of the season and having reached the goal than it is about like more fundraising, more fundraising, more fundraising. But yeah, the donations can still be made at farlandsorbust.com. Obviously, in regards to that, I will also be. It's difficult to take questions from donors during Flobathon, simply because the Child's Play charity widget tracker thing is only accessible by me, and it doesn't update live. So, ow! Careful of me! We gotta take things easy. We got Flobathon. Good gravy. I just took a half a heart. Thanks, guy. Because I basically, what I think I'll do is I will, you know, you can still leave your questions in the comments of donations. I think at every break, every backup break, I might just copy and paste all of the questions I've received and paste them to my mods or somebody who then can maybe present me with whichever ones they want to during the stream, or even, I know Cone is going to be around for a while during the stream, and he'll certainly be joining me, one of the people joining me in the calls. Maybe I'll just copy and paste those to somewhere he can see them, and then he's always pretty good about you know, presenting me and you know, kind of taking the role as the intermediary between the community, the chat, and the streamer whenever he's a guest. And stuff like that. Not obligating, no stress. I don't want to put stress on other people as well. Not obligating Cone or anybody, but that might be a thing I'll do. Still, it's a little bit of a difficult thing to do, to keep up with often, because I also want to pay attention to chat and keep mind on keeping them company and all that stuff. So stress-free, little chicken man, stress-free. We are getting some really neat terrain today, though. Thanks, Minecraft. I appreciate it. Thanks, Minecraft, indeed. I'm also, after we press F3, obviously, then hooray! We celebrate, we say thank you. We end the stream. Then there is one more episode of Season 6, which is going to be episode 640, where I build the F3 monument, and I'm considering doing the actual building part. Ooh, that was a weird whistle that just came out of my mouth. Doing the actual building part, like, on a stream. Like next week at some point. Just like a casual, like a normal stream. Not making anything special or fancy out of it, but just I'll record what parts of the episode I need to for YouTube, but then the actual building of the monument doing live on stream. Still recording it and still editing it into that final episode like I normally do, as like a time lapse or something, but that might be kind of a cool thing to do since I have been concentrating a bit on streaming. I have an idea for a monument design in my head right now. It's a little bit of a departure from previous monuments, but again, that's going to be very much influenced as to the location and the surroundings of where we decide to press F3. That kind of influences those sort of decisions, but I have an idea. And it's a secret. Let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. And awakeness indeedness. Woo! So yeah, I think I've covered everything pretty well. Trying not to stress out too much, even though I'm recording this on noon, at noon on Friday, and this episode has to go up today. No stress. We're being cool, man. We're being cool. I still have to completely set up and test a live stream, perhaps, with new layouts and settings in my streaming software and stuff, but no, stress-free. Stress-free, man. Taking it easy. No problems. I do still have, what do we got? Eight questions here from donors who have donated in the past couple months that I have yet to have answered. And I'm not going to have a chance to answer all of them right now, but I will certainly add them to the list of answerable questions during the Flobathon, so I do apologize if you have donated and if you have asked a question and I haven't gotten to it. This very recent one, however, from Lily, is kind of pertinent. Lily says, thank you for re-uploading the world map to farlandsorbust.com. That's right, I did that indeed. I originally took down the overviewer map because it is quite taxing on the old hosting service and was causing, when we got a bunch of traffic due to was it the New Yorker article? I think it was the New Yorker article, yeah, because then, like, Kotaku and Boing Boing and all these other blogs and news sites kind of regurgitated the New Yorker article to their viewers or readers, and we got a bunch of traffic, and the website kept going down. So I took down the map. I recently re-enabled it, although it is like the Season 3 map, or even the Season 2. No, I think it's the Season 3 map. It's after the 646946 F3 monument, I think. I could be wrong. It might be the one later. But, yeah. I re-uploaded that. It's way out of date, but it's there in case you're curious what at least a fourth of the current map must look like. Lily asks, do you know why it shows random chunks outside the strip of your travel? I'm not sure at all. I'm not 100% sure at all. I do hypothesize that it is because before making that map, I had to convert the world save from the, I don't know, there's probably different names for the different versions of the world saves, but there was a time between beta and alpha, and it might have been beta 1.8, it might have been 1.9, but there was a time when you had to convert all of your saves to a new type of save file that the Minecraft Mojang changed the worlds to be saved as. There was a style of like world save and a word that they created to explain what it was, but I forgot what it is. But yeah, there was a thing you had to do to convert the world from the old save. What's the word I'm looking for? Template? No, not template. Format. From the old save format to the new save format. And I think in the conversion is where weird things like that happened. It's also, I think, if you do look at that overviewer map, around spawn there are a few chunks on the fringes, which are jungles. Jungle biomes obviously did not exist in this version of the game, but because I did the save update and the version of overviewer that we created that overviewer map with was on post 1.0 full release versions where those different biomes, the adventure update, whatnot, took place. It just interpreted those chunks as being loaded, even if they weren't. And perhaps if we were to, say, load the Far Lands of Bust world in a current version of the game, there would be jungle biomes on the outside or whatever. So yeah, that's why those certain things happen. It's a little bit screwy, and I wish that wasn't the case. And it's honestly, it's one of those many, many reasons why I haven't been able to update the overviewer map, is simply because versions are not compatible anymore. The world save is over, what is it? It's over 23 gigabytes, and simply the duration of time it takes to convert this save to the new template, or template. Why is template the word that keeps getting in my head? The new format is immense and unnecessary. So I simply, in an effort to be stress-free, I just don't worry about it. And it may never be updated, honestly. And it's even like, oh, people say, oh, I'll do it for you, I'll do it for you. It's really difficult to transfer a 23 gigabyte file that consists of hundreds of thousands of smaller files. It's really hard to transfer that over the internet from one person to another. And then vice versa, have that person generate and give back an even bigger file, because the overviewer files are even bigger. They have many different zoom levels that have images each and of themselves of each of the little chunks and graphics and coordinates, whatever. Yeah, the overviewer file is typically much, much bigger than even the world save is. So I don't know that that's ever going to happen. It might. There might be a time and a place where I do have an opportunity, or somewhere that I'm able to do that, somewhere I'm able to host that. I was hoping to have solved that already, but all of my options kind of fell through, the ones that I was pursuing. But that would be a neat thing to eventually update for. I mean, we are still placing beds and building monuments and placing signs. That was one of the cool things that the last version of the overviewer map had, was the ability to look at all the signs and what they said. So we could sort of name points of interest that would be easily findable via the overviewer map. Kind of pointless in the game, because like that really cool place we just passed by, we'll never see that again. But yeah, maybe eventually, and certainly after this season is up, I've been kind of waiting to sort of redesign, update, change the Far Lands or Bust website. That is literally the first design for the Far Lands or Bust website I've made. I've updated obviously the data and some of the layouts and things, but back in June 2011, when I started doing the Child's Play charity donations thing, I'm like, well, I gotta have a website for this thing if I'm going to be taking donations to a fundraiser. So I made farlandsorbust.com, and that's the design I came up with. And it might be a little bit, it works. It might be a little bit outdated, but it works. So I think it's time to maybe update that a little bit in time to launch Season 7. But no, don't stress out about having to start a brand new season and a brand new fundraiser. Just calm down, take it easy. I can say that there is going to be a break in between. That'll calm me down, talking about a break. There will be a break in Far Lands or Bust as there often is, there was a break between seasons 5 and this season starting. We ended the season at the end of May and didn't start it until August. A similar, maybe couple month break, both to allow me to make those upgrades and updates to the series and the website and the associated branding, I suppose you could say. But also, like certain things and topics I mentioned last episode, to give me some time to focus on sort of arranging my own life. Possibly, potentially, and most likely another move of mine to basically tear apart this world and put it back together. We're changing formats. We're changing save formats of my real world before we do so for the Far Lands or Bust world, right? To take care of that stuff, and also, yeah, focus on. Oh God! See, this is the sort of thing that we need to stop. Oh boy, we're all right. We're all right. Shake it off. Look forward to a lot of that during Flobathon. Yeah, we gotta arrange and focus. I got distracted. Gotta focus on some things that have been working for me outside of the Far Lands of Bust stuff. All right, we must always, and we do tend to. I'm really low on wood still. We do tend to at least post a sign saying that Flobathon. Are we calling this Flobathon? Flobathon 2017? Season 6 starts here. And the day it's going to start is January 7th, 2017. Boop. Whoop. You're dang right. You're dang right it's going to start here, my friend. You're dang right. I guess while I have the... Oh God, I need more resources. Quickly now, before the sun sets. This is a really nice big tree. I hate to tear it all down, but we can maybe take a few branches. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I know, Wolfie. Oh, dang it. My reach is not far. Lands or bust. Let's do that. Do we have enough wool? I've been hoping these shears would just break. Although we can't build new ones. So maybe I'm hoping they don't break. Indeed. All right, let's do this. Let's make the final hidey hole. God, look at that. Look at the jitter offset. Good gravy. Let's make the final hidey hole prior to Flobathon. Oh, see, Minecraft is even playing us music, playing us out. Well, I don't know. I should have just made one bed. Like, what's the point of making 3 beds? We're not having a normal episode next time. Cavalry! Jeez. Woof indeed. Uh-oh. Am I... Oh, God. What don't I need? What don't I need? Sticks? Do I not need sticks? I don't think I need sticks. I guess I theoretically don't need a workbench either. Alright, let's make this a kind of a proper place. Wolfie would like a proper place. I can also maybe invite Wolfie in, yes? Oh, of course. Of course there's gravel. Why would there not be gravel? Wolfie! Not yet. I'm not ready. Actually, gravel might help us here. Oh, except for knocking out our torches. It's just pushing me in. Yeah, I know. We're getting to it. We're getting to it. I'm trying. I'm really trying. So hard. All right, let's make ourselves safe. Oh my goodness, this inventory is going to be an issue with this Flobathon. I tell you what, we're carrying maybe I don't know. We'll have to get a read on what the audience thinks during Flobathon if we should keep hanging on. It's this egg and this extra bucket that we're considering making another cake for. Oh man. Uh-oh. I hope we're not near a cave of any sort. Wolfie! Alright, I need to sit you down. You're getting ornery. Ornery indeed. So yeah, don't forget everybody. Tomorrow, Saturday the 7th, look at all this junk on the ground. Saturday the 7th, starting at noon Eastern Time, Flobathon Season 6 begins and will continue for 8 hours, 20 minutes. Or 9 hours if we're getting specific. Oh my god. Maybe I should make a... Well, then I'll be using... Perhaps I should make a chest. Perhaps that's a thing I should be doing here. Really quickly now. Oh god. Inventories. Oh man. Alright, let's get rid of some of this stuff that we don't need. Like that, like that. Clean up your room. It's disgusting. I don't know. We'll need the dirt, obviously, but cobblestone, and flint and gravel. We don't need. We made the beds. Let's place the bed. I'm concerned. I'm very concerned suddenly about the state of this hidey hole and the safety we are finding within it. I think that might be on the surface. It sounds rather close to my ear, to my right. But I think we're cool. Yeah, we're at least 3 blocks outside of whatever terribleness looms, of course, now. Is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else. I think it's time we go to bed, right, Wolfie? Right, Wolfie? Enunciation? And I will see everybody tomorrow for Flobathon Season 6, 2017, the grand finale. Thank you, everybody, for your support this entire season. Your patience, of course, with both the duration of the season as well as a few hiatuses that we had built in there. And I'm really looking forward to Flobathon tomorrow. We're doing it stress-free. This is a celebration. This is a relaxing time to get together and just hang out for a while and watch some dude on the internet walk in one direction in an old version of Minecraft, trying to reach the far lands, raising money for Child's Play charity. It's a crazy thing indeed, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Speaking of whoa.